wake up because I know I tell you, but you not act like you never hear me. So I just had to play some music so that you can, get yourselves ready for Miss Jody Marie Beharie. Of course, she always comes with absolutely great information, great stuff. So this morning, we are going to be finding out what she have in store for us. Good morning, Miss Jody. How are you this
Good
morning?
morning, Clover. I like how you like to keep the vibe going.
Yes, man, of course, of course. It's Monday. And usually the weekends are never long enough. What do
I
you think?
always say wake up to Monday. Like I always use Sunday to prepare for Monday
Not true.
because I want Monday to start off great. You know how some persons always say I have the Monday blues?
Mm-hmm.
I try not to have Monday blues
Yeah.
because if you start your
Your
week
week.
off on a dowdy moment,
It's gonna be weak.
it's not going to be productive the rest of the week.
The rest of the
So
week.
I always say my Monday feels like Friday. Like when Friday comes
Yeah.
and you're celebrating, you're excited and
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
Friday.
Yeah.
Thank God for Monday. Because
TGIM. New one this.
thank God for Mondays because you
Yeah.
have to wake up with that energy
You
on a
have to
Monday morning
start your week off
to
right.
be able to start your week off right.
Mhm.
Get all your thought processes in right.
Mhm.
Making sure that you're making the right decisions. You're talking to the right people.
Yeah.
You do your meditation.
Yeah.
You're on the right track.
Yeah.
I mean, like coming here this morning, I could have given up so many times, including a black man who ride out in front of me and made me feel like I was going to kill somebody. But
No, I'm gonna drive out in front of me too.
I'm just saying, God is good if I
They're
never
busy
start
trying.
out in the right
I'm
mind.
telling you.
I'm telling you,
Mhm.
it could have just
Mhm.
default the whole day. But
It could have.
we give God thanks.
Happy that you started your week. Your week. I am happy that you started your week from Sunday. Me no know, brothers, me sleep. But that's why when I come here Monday mornings, it's a pleasure for me to just, vibe out and just have a great time. Because you know what happened, just like you say, you start the week right. I hate the word week though. You think we can change it? Week.
You know
what I
kind
mean?
of have a weird concept, which I probably might not share on this platform because I might get myself in trouble with some theologies.
Week. I think they should have changed the word from
Because,
week to something else.
honestly, time for me is very important. So we count our time in 24-hour spans, right?
Mhm.
But then when God created the earth, he did it in vacuums. It wasn't in 24 hours, even though it was called a day.
A lot of things.
So
that
I
man
don't
created,
even, I'm not even going to go
Can't
into
trouble
the,
it.
the biblical aspect of
Can't
it because
trouble
I
it.
might get
I
myself
tell
in
you,
trouble
man.
with
I
some
tell you,
people.
man.
He did it in time span. So when they say God rested on the seventh day, it wasn't
not
a
a-
human day. It wasn't a 24-hour day.
That's the
And I'm
misunderstanding
like,
out there. Yeah.
yo, people, on a calm down. I mean,
And they're like, God made the day in a seven.
20
And
what
them a
we
tell like, them a
have
say God a
now-
tell lie to you know.
yeah, what we have now is 24 hours.
Yeah.
Let's work with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's work with the 24 hours and make the best of it.
Exactly.
I tell people, I usually do this. I have this post that I put up every once in a while, that I try not to say I hustle. You know why? I understand the meaning of hustle and I know what it is and I know I do what they say it means. But for me, every time spent, every investment, everything I do, it is intentional because I understand the meaning of the time that we're given. So everything I put my time into, if I sit and I have a beer with your Clover,
It's a
it's
plan.
because
You
it's
want it.
planned.
Yeah.
I want to do this with Clover and it is time I cannot get back.
Yeah. It's
You
true.
understand?
True.
So if we stop looking at things like, oh, I don't have enough time or I'm going to have a long day today, you
Yeah.
already line up your day for, what you speak, manifesting what you do.
Exactly. A lot of
So
people
we
don't
have
know
to
that.
start manifesting good things
Positivity.
in our thoughts, in our actions, in everything that we do.
Yeah.
It's kind of flowing into exactly what I'm going to talk about this
Yeah.
morning. Something interesting happened. Well, two things interesting happened last week into the weekend, and I said I want people to understand the why of a GTC, of a gentle touch of care. I need people to understand why we do what we do, why are we offering these services, why is it that Jody Marie Beharie comes here every Monday morning wanting to let people know about our business, right? For me, I never studied business, Clover. Never did no business subjects. However, I grew up in a family where my mother, she was an entrepreneur at everything she do. If she bake, she sell. If she sew, she sell. If she raise chicken, if she
grandmother.
yeah, that was my mother's spirit. And I think that's the spirit that was planted in me, the seed that was planted in me. And then I went into the profession of nursing. And I thought that would have been my be all end all. I would stay in nursing,
Just
wherever
the
it
nurse,
took
yeah.
me. I would go with it. I'm still in nursing,
Yeah.
but this aspect of what we do at a gentle touch of care was literally birthed out of me becoming ill. And
Yeah, I remember you mentioned that
yeah,
one time.
and I experienced so many levels of healthcare being ill.
Mhm.
Um, I experienced what it's like in the trauma room as a patient for the first time. I experienced what care was after as a patient. So before it was all as a nurse, and I'm
Yeah.
trained, Clover. I was trained at University Hospital. I'm trained as a registered nurse, then as an ICU nurse, and as a nurse manager. And we have done a couple other short courses, diabetes education, emergency man, a number of things, right? But for the first time, I was the patient in the emergency room. I was the patient getting MRIs, getting blood tests, going to the pharmacy every month, and so on. And I remember I had a plan before getting sick that when I've gotten to where I needed to get to, you have your financial plan, you have a 10-year plan, and when I'm done with
Have it
this
all figured
here,
out.
have it all figured out, I'm going to probably open a nursing home. That was the plan. Right. And that's why I went into sales and pharmaceuticals, because I needed something that could take me there, in a meaningful manner financially. And then I got sick and I had to give that up within 2 years. Nowhere in my plan. You understand? And after becoming a patient, and I remember there were many, I went through all the emotions. Everything that we were taught about a patient, I went through it. Mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, financially. I went through every aspect of it. And I remember when I decided, I called my neurologist and I said to her, I think it's time I stop taking these meds that I'm on. And she says, you know the impact it will have on you. And I said, yes, I know, but we're going to do this your way, and then we're going to do this my way. We're going to do it gradually. We're going to do the test. We're going to do everything. And we're going to try something else that I think is best for me. Because right now, then I only had one son. I said, right now, I can't even be around my son. It's not even safe. I don't remember things. I can't stand up straight. I'm young.
Yeah.
How do I survive with this? And I remember one night I was there sitting in the couch. I spent most of my time sleeping in the couch because I wanted the light to be on. I wanted the TV to be on. I didn't want to fall asleep because I was scared.
Yeah.
I was scared I would not wake up. I was scared of a lot of things. I was scared that when I wake up and I don't remember things, I don't know what to do. It was that bad. And I literally said, God, what is it that you want me to do? Because I know from a young age, you brought me on this earth for a purpose. And this cannot be it for me.
No.
Because I have a bigger faith in you. I have a bigger dream, a bigger hope of what I want to become. And he brought me back to an old diary. I walk around with these things since I was probably 13 years old. Just writing. Or before, probably 10, 12, long time. Because I keep going back, Clover. And I remembered something. The diary I took up, I was in high school. And I went back and I was outlining my dreams that I wanted to accomplish. And I said, God, how is it that I get to this? How do I get to this goal? How do I get to this dream? And I'm here now. I can't see it. And I remember looking on the wall on this plaque that I bought in a pharmacy in Salve when I just got diagnosed. It says, "Be still and know that I am God." Yo, Clover, it floored me. And he brought me back to a plan where I had nursing home, taking care of people, what my mission is going to be, what my goal is going to be. And I'm like, this is what you want me to do? I don't got no money. I am broke. I am sick. I don't know where to start. And funny enough, I told it to my mom. And she said, well, guess what? If it's your dream, it's your dream. If it's your goal, just go out there. God just want you to start and you can move it from there. And when we started out looking for a place for a nursing home. We ended up finding a place for a school. Right? that same month, we got called for a home care patient from a referral from a patient's relative that I had seen 3 years before. I had stopped doing home care because I did it part-time when I was working at a private hospital. And I'm like, okay, I'm not ready for this. But based on the recommendation that they got, they said, guess what? We want you.
You had to make your move.
I had to make my move, and I made my move, Clover. And God started providing. From that one patient, we moved to two. From that, the opportunity came up for me I found a place to start the school, and my mom helped me out. And then I just want people to understand that this comes from a place of passion.
No,
and
definitely. I'm
comes from
listening
a
to you and I'm
place of
realizing,
heart.
that's where it's
And
coming
when
from.
we care for our patients and our clients, is because we understand that. And I try to teach my nurses the same thing. That I've been in the medical field for how many years? How old am I now? Oh, Jesus. This is getting old to record.
I was the only person who was guilty of that.
I'm coming from a place where I've been in the medical field for years. I've taken care of patients, and I've also been the patient. So I understand the dynamics of everything you go through, whether you're a patient's relative or you're a patient or your client. We understand. And that's what we want you to know, that we understand. And this is our why. This is why we do what we do. When we go into patients' home, I think I mentioned this before, we become almost like family. Because we understand that you're going through a stressful period as the relative. We sit and we talk to you. We'll turn up at patients' home and end up sitting drinking coffee with them, right? Or having a drink with them.
Sometimes they really just want to talk.
Because all they need is someone there with them. Their relative is dying and they're going through the grieving process. And we need nurses that will not have a frowny face, but understand that in this time, persons are going through loss, they're going through grief, and they're losing someone. That's what they see. It's a loss process.
Because they see the person passing on.
Right. And even with our condition, patients with life-threatening conditions, cancer and so on, I choose my nurses wisely, because this is a time when people are going through fears, the fear of dying, the fear of the unexpected, the fear of what's going to happen. And when I place a nurse there, I'm saying, nurse, understand that this is what they're going through. So you need to bring out the best part of you to help them, even till death. I remember I had a patient a couple years ago, just up the road from here, and she was in end-stage cancer. And all she wanted, this lady all her life created dishes for people and all these things she taught at UTech, and she created these meals for people and stuff. And I remember one day she go in there and she's like, nurse, I just want a piece of steak. I said, you want a piece of steak? We're going to get you a piece of steak. I remember one day we went there, she said she wanted chocolate ice cream. When the doctor called, what are you doing? What are you eating? Are you staying to your diet? And, the doctor got mad because he was saying you should be sticking to your diet. She says, don't you see I'm dying?
This is it.
She says, don't you see there is no more chemotherapy that she can take in this process? But for her quality of life, she wants to experience what it is to have that last taste of a piece of chocolate cake, that last taste of a nice cooked steak. It was the most amazing thing. And in her final stage, I remember, she was in so much pain. And I said, I have something for you, but you're against it. And we made her a nice cup of some good herb tea. And she fell asleep. And when she woke up, she said, oh my God, nurse, I don't know how to thank you. She said, I went to New Zealand and I'm back. She said, for the first time in months, I am not feeling any pain. And I mean, she never lasted a very long time. But for the time that she was around, she got to enjoy those last few days. She got to laugh with her husband. She planned her funeral to the T. She planned who would play, who would talk, how long her funeral would be, what she would wear. And that for me gives me some sense of fulfillment, understanding that we helped in the process, because nursing is from the time it happened. It's your the whole process of nursing from the time you were conceived, because once there is an embryo
Of course.
planted, a nurse comes into play, a medical team comes into
Medical
play,
attention is
medical
necessary,
attention
yeah.
comes into play, how you care for yourself comes into play,
Yeah.
all the way to death.
Mhm.
And sometimes, when you get introduced to death, it's trivialized, and so on, and so people don't get it. So what we're saying is, we want you to understand our why we're here, why we do what we do. It's not just a job for us. It's not just making money for us. We're genuinely caring for people in the best way possible, improving their quality of life. So if you have a loved one that you need care for, you can call us, WhatsApp us, at A Gentle Touch of Care. You can Google us. We're Google mapped. Our office is in Falmouth, Trelawney, 13 Rodney Street. Our numbers are 876-409-8543. You can WhatsApp us on that number, or you can call us at 876-789-5558. And if you have caregivers in your home that you want to train, they might have the basic skills of caring for them, but they don't know all the know-hows. We'll create a plan, a teaching plan for them, and show them and teach them the correct way to do things. There's always a standard, but there is a correct way of doing it. So we're here for you. So call us, WhatsApp us, email us, a gentletouchofcare@yahoo.com. Visit us. You can Google us. We are on Instagram. We're on Facebook. We're easy to find.
A Gentle Touch of
A
Care.
Gentle Touch of Care,
Easy.
Home Health Care Services, A Gentle Touch of Care Training Institute. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook.
Awesome sauce. Absolutely. Always love when Miss Jody Marie Beharie passes through. If you are watching on YouTube, and I encourage you to go on over, it's going to be there for you to watch. You will see the passion. What I absolutely love is where God brought you. And I was speaking with Cheyenne this morning, and she was talking about her struggles. And a lot of times, if you're not careful, you can regret the mistakes and you can regret the experiences that you've had. But we need to see God's hand in all of it.
Learn from it.
Because where He brought you is what brought you here now.
Clover,
whatever the illness
learn-
was, He was the one who brought you there,
Learn from
to
every-
show you, say, look here, something
Clover,
else.
if I give you my
Because if He
whole
never did,
story,
where would you be today? Probably wouldn't be doing this. You would have seen some other vision.
if I give you my whole story, you'd never believe it.
It's true.
From even before that, it felt like a whirlwind of wrongs
Yeah.
that I did not understand.
Yeah.
And I remember, I think it was a couple years ago, I wrote it on my Facebook page, that sometimes all we see is the problem. But you have to understand there is a purpose in everything.
There's a purpose.
Some people always get angry and said, what's the purpose that God have if a child born and die and that child don't do nothing? I said, you don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything.
You don't have to do anything.
It's just
You
all
see,
in life. It's just all a part
Love's
of
a
it.
choice, and God chooses to love us, right? And if I look at how all the wrongs lined up to being right, there's no way I can blame the wrongs.
Can't blame it.
There is
Can't
no
blame it.
way I can blame the wrongs, because everything that has gone wrong has led to a greater path for me. And I just needed to learn the lesson. Life is the biggest learning ground, It's the
I'm
biggest.
telling you,
it's
so
the
if
biggest
you don't
teacher
have,
in life.
that's why I keep saying it. If you don't have experiences and if you've never made mistakes, then you probably go and go find some mistake and make them voluntarily, because this is what teaches you. It's the biggest university. No university can prepare you for what life has to offer. So you see what happened, and that's what I absolutely love. The fact that you've not just been on one side of it. You have been the patient and you have been the caregiver. So you know how all of it works.
Yeah.
So you know,
From
some
beginning to
nurses who
end.
have never been sick, I don't think they understand. And I love that you've been sick, so you understand.
From
What
beginning
is
to
going
end,
on.
Clover, it's really understanding the
Yeah.
art of caring for
Yeah.
people with a genuine heart.
Yeah.
You have to understand that if you're caring for someone, it has to be with a genuine heart.
Have to.
It cannot be just a job.
Half-hearted.
It cannot be half-hearted. And if you're listening, I've learned this, that in nursing, therapeutic communication, which is a part of what we teach, and it's taught in nursing schools. It should be taught in all nursing schools. Therapeutic communication teaches you to listen to your patient, not just with your ears, your eyes, all your senses. Listen to your patient. And sometimes, if we stop and listen to our patients, the problem is not even the problem. The problem we see in front of us is not even the problem. We're not gone over time. I remember I had a patient when I was at university hospital, and this gentleman blood pressure would not go up. The doctor's giving him all the medication. It wasn't the man blood pressure. The man was worried because he had his children to go to school. He had a loan he had to pay back. He was in the hospital, and all these other things are bothering him. And no matter what medication the doctors would give him, his blood pressure would not go down. So we said, what can we do to help you with this problem? Because there's no way his blood pressure would have gone down if we never find a way to get his boss to come visit him, to explain to him that he's in the hospital. Because, sometimes you say, boss, I'm sick. They don't believe you until they see you. Right? So for a lot of the issues that we see with persons, sometimes the outcome, the prognosis of what's happening with them, there is a deeper problem that has to be fixed before that is fixed. So I'm just saying, when we're doing stuff, let's do it with a heart of love, of care, genuinely, so that we impact people the best way we can. You know what? So yeah, I think I talked too much this morning.
No, man, don't worry yourself, man. Listen, when it's passion, you are going to be spilling out your heart. Yeah. So we absolutely appreciate you passing through. As always, Miss Jody Marie Beharie from A Gentle Touch of Care. Always appreciate you passing through and sharing good stuff with us. Any health tip for us today?
All right. So a healthy mind makes a healthy body. I know I said this last week, right? But I never said it the way I wanted to say it.
Do it then.
All right. So a healthy mind makes a healthy body. All right. Always input positive thoughts into your mind. So wake up, do affirmations. Affirmations have helped me overcome fear, overcome health issues. Tell yourself, I am healthy, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am positive, I am motivated. These healthy thoughts will help heal your body, because the messages we put into our brain send messages out to our body for our body to respond. If you get up and you say, I'm frustrated, I can't be bothered,
that's how you're going to feel.
That's how you're going to feel, because your brain responds to that and sends out those different hormones into your body. And you're going to feel dowdy, and you're going to feel weak, and so on. So keep a positive mind. Keep putting positives into your heart and into your mind, and your body will respond.
Excellent. Well, of course, there you have it, Miss Jody Marie Beharie from A Gentle Touch of Care. You got her number. You know the website. Go on over. Make sure you visit. Make sure you call. Make sure you WhatsApp, text. Just go down and visit and see what is there. Remember, the school is there also. So go on down. All right. Thank you again, Miss Jody, for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Clover.
As always a pleasure. Of course, it is that time where me and you link up inside of my neighbor. So let's get this thing started right away.
At A Gentle Touch of Care Home Health Services, Duncan Strelani,